Food and beverage sector in Ireland is an extremely important sector. It's a €24 billion sector. It directly employs about 150,000 people. Indirectly, it supports 120,000 farmers in Ireland, and it accounts for over half of the exports of Irish domestic companies. So it's an extremely important sector.
The outlook for the food and drink sector has rarely been more benign. The world is struggling to keep pace with the growth in global demand for food. Over the next 2 decades alone, the world must produce more than 40% more food, and by 2050, 70% more food to meet the demands of a growing population, and a population that is increasingly growing wealthier.
Marketing strategies are more than important, they're critical. A clear marketing strategy offers the organisation an opportunity to align behind that marketing strategy and deliver much needed consumer value. In terms of promotions, they're only part of the marketing mix. They're not a strategy in themselves. Promotions offer the opportunity for the brand to get trial with the consumer, and that trial needs to then be reinforced by ongoing relationships between the brand and the consumer.
At the moment, Ireland produces, as a country of 4.5 million people or so, we produce enough food for about 35 million people. By 2020, we will produce enough food for 50 million people. And if I have my way, it'll be more.
Well, footfall is well up, increasing footfall. Customers are spending longer in the shops, and they're visiting more often. And in overall spending, there's downward pressure on spending due to people having less to spend and also choosing slightly cheaper product. Consumers are still buying right across the range, and it's very hard to get a sort of an average consumer, because we benefit in Tesco from people who've moved from the restaurants into the shops, so therefore they will cause some up trading. But also, of course, we see people who are hard pressed to meet their budget trading downwards and taking opportunity then to spend less, either through promotions or managing their waste and managing their budget a bit more carefully.
So there is an excitement developing within this sector that is infectious. And I have a responsibility, and Deloitte have a responsibility as one of the companies that have the capacity to be able to support the growth within this sector in terms of the expertise and financial management expertise that you have, that will be linked with the growth in this sector. Maybe not so much with farmers, but certainly with the big food companies that are being supported through the farming base in Ireland in terms of their growth.